So anyway, I keep hearing that the Angel Reese, Asia Wilson supporters they are the ones with the motion. They're moving the needle.
Since you've undoubtedly heard of delusion, if you've spent any time on social media, let's take a moment to discuss it. According to Angel Reese, she is equally as attractive as Caitlin Clark. That's the assertion, correct? Reese claims that her most devoted followers and she are the reason why people are suddenly interested in women's basketball.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that."
However, this is the truth. All of that noise disappeared when the real figures and jersey sales were released, since one statistic combined all of the arguments, stories, and comparisons into one single figure. And spoiler alert, Angel Reese's name wasn't shown at the top. Caitlin Clark was clearly there. Let's dissect it. The only question is, how low is Reese?
So, what happens when what I think is probably far and away the most popular female athlete there is in existence right now, Caitlin Clark? What happens when her jersey sales are revealed in a very important period, by the way? September 1 through November 3rd would be some prime Christmas area. Just pointing that out.
So, if Angel Reese is allegedly rocking the league, why did everything only start to change when Clark walked in the door? If she is the one allegedly pulling the strings, why is everyone, from ardent WNBA fans to those who have never seen a game, suddenly fixated on Indiana's number 22? The solution is straightforward. Be by the end of this video. We'll demonstrate how one metric overshadowed all the others and revealed who this league's true heartbeat is.
When Adam Silver was trying to get Caitlin Clark in the three-point shooting contest in the All-Star weekend, it was because he needed her more than she needed them. All right? That because of the popularity, what it was she could draw in. Fact is, a lot of her ratings in games last year beat a hell of a lot of regular season NBA games. That's how she moves the needle.
Let's move on to the statistic that caused the internet to crash. The WNBA's most profitable season, the holidays, saw Caitlin Clark, a rookie phenom, lead the league in jersey sales. Yes, the rookie from Iowa playing in Indiana outperformed all of the well-known players and superstars still in the league. No Angel Reese, no Asia Wilson, no Breanna Stewart, and no Sabrina Ionescu. Caitlin Clark is the face on the most jerseys that are now hanging in closets. Not because she is supported by a PR army, but rather because she possesses something much more uncommon: actual star power.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
Of course,
Everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we gotta get face the consequences. Damn, we gotta get it up.
Y'all gotta
y'all.
do something. Y'all gotta do something.
And we're not going to stop there. Are you prepared for this? Caitlin Clark not only dominated the WNBA, but she also shot to the top of the NBA's jersey sales list. How do her jersey sales compare to the NBA? She was only surpassed by Steph Curry. Give that a moment to rest. Perhaps the most well-known basketball player in the world is the only NBA player who sold more jerseys than a rookie WNBA player, and Caitlin Clark is just behind him. It's not hype. That is the impact on generations. In the meantime, Angel Reese's jersey sales are, let's say, comfortably outside of the top 10.
You see the top-selling jerseys. Steph Curry is number one, and who's that? Tell me who this is. Caitlin Clark is number 2.
Therefore, Rhea is somewhere on Twitter shouting, "We got to do something," while Clark is forcing WNBA executives to hold strategy sessions in order to meet the demand. Inspirational, to be sure, but let's face it. Action entails doing something, and at the moment, just one rookie is making a discernible difference. And it's not Angel Caitlin Clark who is generating record-breaking viewership, ticket sales, and appointment viewing for women's basketball. Given that Caitlin previously done it, Angel Reese may be referring to me when she adds, "We."
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
Not only were the jersey numbers impressive, but they were also historic. Steph Curry, initially another rookie from Indiana, Caitlin Clark came in second. Who was on the list, you know? The self-proclaimed cultural shifter Angel Reese, who has been promoted as the face of Gen Z women's fashion, was unable to achieve success. Why? Because TikToks and viral interviews don't equate to fan investment. While hype is fantastic, Caitlin possesses something more powerful: evidence.
Caitlin Clark plays for the Indiana Fever. In Indiana. Now, in sports terms, Indiana is considered, quote unquote, a small market. All right, that's just a fact. It is what it is. It's not New York. It's not LA. All right, it's not even Dallas. It's not Chicago. It's not Houston. It's not a big market. All right, it's not one of these juiced up markets. Boston would be the other one. And that is Caitlin Clark.
And that's the reason this is so indisputable. Clark is not from a media market on the seashore. She is not a social media sensation from Chicago, nor is she performing in Los Angeles or flashing lights in New York. She is doing all of this from Indiana, which, let's face it, wasn't even among the top media markets in the league prior to her arrival. And all of a sudden, Indiana is the WNBA's most talked about club. Coincidence is scarce. The Clark effect is that.
This should tell everybody that wants to argue for these other players in the WNBA all they need to know.
Reese's admirers, meanwhile, never stop yelling that she is a cultural icon. However, let's be honest, culture is just noise if customers aren't involved. Since all we've seen thus far is volume in quotes rather than data, if she's changing society, where are the ticket sales movements, viewership increases, and lines for Angel Reese jerseys?
So refreshing to see some shots actually make it refreshing! Oh no, that's Angel Reese's music! Bah! You like Mustangs? Your favorite player is Lawal Dang? Oh, you said bah!
We should stack the receipts. Sales of jerseys when it comes to the WNBA, Clark is superior to NBA players. Second only to Steph Curry, not among the top 10, is Angel Reese. Audience size, Clark's performances outperformed NBA broadcasts. Marketability, Clark already has Gatorade, Nike, State Farm, Gainbridge, Panini Wilson, and the list continues. She is the advertisement, not just the one in it. Record-breaking endorsement agreements in the meanwhile, Reese's main focus is collaborating on a few TikTok dances and hope that someone will take notice. Although charming, it isn't boosting the economy.
How far is the gap? How far is the gap between Caitlin Clark and her popularity and anybody else in the WNBA? That gap has got to be like the Grand Canyon. That's like she's in a different area code. She's in a different state, maybe a different country. There are no other WNBA players on this list. Angel Reese is not on there. All right? She is nowhere to be found.
Angel's influence is therefore a separate card when the media attempts to play TH, since there are currently no statistics to support it. Ask them this different way. It's not about keeping Reed quiet. It all comes down to honesty. You cannot change history because you like a particular person's character. Reed just has a well-curated Instagram feed and a grudge over not receiving the same treatment as Clark, who has the numbers, fans, ratings, and respect. However, the thing about treatment is that it's something you earned rather than something you had to ask for.
All right, back to business. Slime bag work, Brittany Griner, you said you rang?
Somebody said she's got the coordination skills of a baby giraffe. I don't know what baby giraffes did to receive that kind of slander, but I won't stand for it. The WNBA is back in little over a month. A friendly reminder, we're not watching because of one person. We're watching because of her, too.